Packers and the Commanders, two teams that have been struggling mightily. Last of the 1 o'clock slate. Packers have been god awful. They just got blown out. Commanders, they just had a really disgusting win, 12-7 against the Bears on Thursday Night Football. Carson Wentz won't be playing. We'll have the return of Taylor Henicke. So if you watched any of the Commanders last year, you know how Henicke is.
Taylor Heineken.
Yeah. And,
he's back, baby.
And the Vegas odds, they got the Packers at 5.5, and that's them going to Washington. So that lets you know how they feel about Washington.
No.
I see this over-under of 41.5, which is a low over-under, don't get me wrong. But this game is like...
It's not as low as it could be. And honestly...
I'm picking the under in this game.
I'm going to go Heineken.
You think Heineken?
Yes, let's go. I think he's going to give the team the boost they needed. I think last year, he's a player who leaves it on the field. He gives effort. He wears number 4 in honor of Brett Favre. Any player that emulates Brett Favre, they're going to leave it all out on the field. And I think just the way the Jets and the Giants smack them around, and the fact that Jair Alexander is out here saying, like, yeah, if we lose against the Jets, I don't think we're legit. And you lost against the Jets. I think there's a lot of turmoil in that locker room, a lot more internal issues than you would think. The Commanders have always been a flaming mess. Alex Smith came out and said publicly on Rich Eisen, like, yes, the front office affected how I played on the field. And Rich Eisen's like, you're telling me that the front office, the Commanders, affected how you could play football. And he's like, how could it not? But somehow they made the playoffs a few years ago. And they were so last year, and they're competitive on Thursday night. I just don't think the Packers can move the ball. And it's just a feeling where the Commanders are at home. There's no reason why either team should win this game. So I'm going to go with the home team. I think Taylor Henicke is going to provide the spark that the Commanders need. And honestly, he's the most interesting story about this game.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with the interesting story part. Just with how bad the Commanders have been this year, I really can't pick them to win. And I know the Packers have sucked as well. Their weapons suck and all that. But I still can't pick the Packers to lose to the Commanders. The Commanders have been so bad. They honestly could have lost against the Bears last week, and I wouldn't have been surprised. So realistically, they should be 1-5, if not 1-4-1 with that game, because honestly, those games could have been a bye.
Right.
I'm going to go with the Packers. Now, I don't think this is going to be a sexy game by any means.
No, absolutely not.
In fact, I won't be watching this game. I'll be watching this on Red Zone, where Scott Hansen takes his fucking lunch break midway through the game.
Yeah, he's like, here, watch this game.
Here you go. Watch Packers and Commanders. Watch this 9-3 game at halftime. Yeah, they got a lot of troubles, and you kind of mentioned the ruptures within the locker room starting to unfold.
Yeah.
This is a game where, like, I know they mentioned if they lost to the Jets, they'd be pissed. No. If you lose to the Commanders, because the Jets are 4-2. The Commanders are 2-4, and they just beat the Bears.
Yeah.
Where they could have lost and been 1-5. So the Commanders are one of the worst teams in the NFL. If you lose to the Commanders, I think you should just fire Matt LaFleur on the spot. Packers have to win this game. I'm picking the Packers to win. I'm going to go 20-10.